What's good, everybody? It is Thursday, November 17th, 2022. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it is not close. Now, what do we say all the time here at the brand? We want to win more than we lose. How about a 6-4 day on Wednesday? Since last Friday, 63 and 36, 27 games above 500 in the last 5 days. By the way, buckets 1 for 2 yesterday. The man's in the chat as we speak. If you have a soccer question, let him know. He has 4 plays up on his Twitter handle right now. Give him a follow. There are plays all over the place. Now, it's a busy day at the brand as always on Thursdays. In addition to this show, we've got the prop shop on Twitter Spaces. You want to ask directly, prop stars, any prop question you want, whether it's tonight for Thursday Night Football or for the weekend if they're already out, that is your time. Then Early Edge in 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Then, of course, Early Edge live tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time as we count down to the Titans and the Packers live from Lambeau. All right, let's bring in the stars of the show. And you know, on a busy 4-show day, this is how we start right here. First of all, live from Nashville, Tennessee, 8 floors below. He is our 5-tool player. AB, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Maestro. Good morning, everyone in the Early Edge crew. Want to give a quick shout-out to the meteorologist yesterday locally over there in Central Michigan that said, and I quote, there could be some snow flurries in the game last night. Appreciate the help on that one, fellas. Nice job there.
When that game started last night and you couldn't see the field, I was like, I think we might be in a little bit of trouble.
A little bit of trouble. Yeah, I literally turned it on. I said, nope.
All right, well, I tell you what, somebody in the chat, I can't see it because there's so many of you typing. We appreciate all the interaction, but nobody knows Detroit Mercy basketball like our man, the Maestro. What's good, my man?
It's good to be here. Yeah, and Max and BergBets were also on the same side last night. You know, BergBets 13-3 to start his career on SportsLine. Love that guy and his college basketball info and sneak preview. He will be on the Early Edge at some point. But you guys were talking about meteorology. They might move this Bills-Browns game to Detroit or that's kind of the big news this morning. And most books will void your bet if they change the location. So you want to check on that. If you're already locked in the Browns at a good number, it may not be available. You may have to play that one again. And you may not get the same advantage that you thought you had with the snowstorm.
Yeah, 2014 was the last time that a game had to be moved in the NFL because of weather. And this one could be as well. Jeff says, Coach, you are the man. Jeff, I agree with you. Completely agree with you. All right, let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines tonight in Lambeau. Now, depending on who you talk to, RJ is like, oh, no, I'm not moving at all on the Packers. Other people say maybe they found a passing game. Maybe they're going to open it up a little bit. But, Maestro, what storylines are you looking at for tonight?
Well, it does seem to a lot of people like the Packers got their mojo back with that huge comeback win over the Cowboys. And you look at Aaron Rodgers on Thursday Night Football, historically very good, 34 TDs, 5 picks, a passer rating well over 100. He's also 28-10 when the temperature is freezing. But if you look at Derrick Henry on Thursday night, he also does well. And maybe because on a short week, you don't like tackling that guy, 6.3 yards a carry in his 5 games. And the Packers defense was on the field for 79 plays. We also know that they're weak against the run. But I like what Katie Mox did a couple of days ago and went under this total because you have 2 teams that play very slow, that both want to pound the ball. That was 42 when she got it. It's down to 41, which is obviously a very key number. And I should say there are going to be 3 major injury alerts coming out 90 minutes before kickoff. The all-pro defensive tackle, Jeffrey Simmons, questionable for the Titans. That's huge. And then for the Packers, the left side of their offensive line, Bakhtiari and Jenkins, both questionable, didn't practice all week. The report is Jenkins is good to go. Bakhtiari will be more of a game-time decision. But you saw when they had their O-line, their regular O-line in last week, it was only the first or second time all season, they ran for over 200 yards against the Cowboys.
Jeffrey's asking, he took the points and the under for Thursday Night Football. Maestro, do you like that?
do side with Tennessee if you can get the hook. It's not a big play for me right now, but it's tempting if you can get the hook. They've covered 7 straight games. All their games are low scoring and tight. Ryan Tannehill, 4 straight games without a pick now, which is the longest stretch of his career. I think he only has 2 fumbles this season as well. He said that ball security would be his priority. So far, he's doing that. But as AB knows, that a lot of times just results in a lot of punts.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They held the Broncos to 10 points last week, the fighting Russell Wilsons. All right, let's get into our board for the day. And when we got 4 big shows, we're going to have plays across the spectrum. We're going to have a lot of different things, sides and best bets. And, of course, tonight we'll have the gem and the goose and the donkey. It goes on and on. But, AB, if you don't mind, I'd like for you to wait for a second because I've got 2 plays from sports. I got you there, big boy. I got you there. Now, if you're not a SportsLine member, what are you doing? What are you doing? But I'm going to do you a solid. Use a promo code early. I'll give you 30 days for free. The World Cup starts in like 2 days. You can get the whole World Cup for free at SportsLine. You get Buckets and Guru, the Silent Assassin, Brant Sutton. You can get everybody. And then after that, you're playing with house money. So, 2 big plays from SportsLine today. First one, college football. There's only 1 game tonight, and it should be a shootout. But be very careful. 1 bad quarter could really curtail this particular play. We're going to go over 65. It is rated very high at SportsLine, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. SMU and Tulane. SMU a couple of weeks ago played the highest regulation scored game in the history of college football. All we need 65. So, let's go. Then play number 2. We're going to go to the NBA. There's only a few games tonight on Thursday. Over 220 Nets and the Blazers. You heard everything that Kevin Durant said the last couple of days. He literally named his starting 5 and said, what are we supposed to do? So tonight, you don't think that KD's going to come out rocking, wanting to score as many as he can, and the Blazers, don't sleep on Portland. They're a really good team this year. Let's go over 220. All right, AB. Now, you might have an unconventional. Oh, do you have something, Maestro?
I do, because this might be historic. Not only is Buckets in the chat, not only is Mikey in the chat, Bergbets has entered the chat. So we have more cappers in the chat than we do on the show.
I believe that is history being made. But the question is, was that worth ruining my flow? AB? Do you think it was? It was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, it was. It was. Okay, so we're good there. We're good there. All right. Now, really, all 3 of those are in the chat? Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, okay. All right. As I was saying, AB, you may be looking at a play tonight that's a little unconventional. But if the Packers, if they're smart, they'll stop with this running the clock down to 2 on every single play and play to Aaron Rodgers' strengths, which could lead to what?
It could lead to points for the Green Bay Packers. And let me tell you this. Give me a second here to kind of break this down, because this game is way, way more interesting in the chess match between the coaches than people might think. Matt LaFleur, the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, was formerly the offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. How did Matt LaFleur get the Green Bay Packers job? Because he figured out that when teams focus on Derrick Henry and you have to do other things, it's tough to do. But he figured that out. And what's the plan for Green Bay tonight? Stop Derrick Henry, right? There's nobody on the planet that knows that job better than Matt LaFleur. Number 2, I think that the Green Bay Packers offense is going to find success tonight, because you remember when the Titans set the record for 96 players, the most that had played on a roster in a season? Yeah, they might do that again this year. They are banged up. It's not talked about nearly as much as it should be. And quite frankly, for a team that has trouble scoring over 17 points, the Titans are kind of due, right? But I'm not going to bet against Mike Vrabel, because we've seen that he could pull off magic, but I just don't think that it's going to happen tonight. We're going to play the Packers team total over 22.5. That's 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Yes, if you like Mason Crosby tonight, which I do too, he is going to put up 2 field goals. And the Titans, interesting enough, you want to talk about injuries. They're even injured at the kicker position. They're starting Josh Lambo tonight, who you might remember had himself an interaction with Urban Meyer and the Jaguars. That's right. That's the same guy. So the Titans are coming in banged up. I don't hate the Packers at 3. I wouldn't play it at 3.5, but take the Packers team total over 22.5. They're going to find success tonight.
This is how much the books want you playing the -3 and not the money line. I don't know the last time I saw a -3 than a money line at -185. Usually it's like -140, -150. This thing is -180, -185. It's only 3. They want you to play that 3 points. They really, really do.
And I'll give you 3 nuggets here real quick. Maestro
Let's go.
came with the first one. The Titans defense has held opponents under their team total in 7 straight games. That's right, 7 straight. Also, the Titans defense has recorded an interception in 7 straight games. Last one, the last 2 games. You know who's been the best player for the Titans?
Who?
Their punter, Ryan Stonehouse. They've had 16 punts in their last 2 games, 21 punts in their last 3 because of what Maestro said. Both teams want to run the ball. They'll play field position, a lot of punts. So if you're prop betting, there you go.
All right, right now the Titans, do not sleep on them. They're a 6-3, maybe the quietest 6-3 team that you're ever going to see, but they're very much alive, not only for the playoffs, but certainly still alive for that top seed. Only 1 bye on both sides of the fence. All right, so we got the Packers team total, and normally if the Packers are going to be successful, they need Aaron Jones to have a big night, but maybe not tonight. Maestro, you're up.
Aaron Jones is their best offensive player, and I've been crying, that he should be used even more than he is. But I think this is a rough spot for him tonight, rushing the ball. I'm going to go under 57.5. You look at the split, he has 131 carries, and A.J. Dillon has 111 carries. Not too many. There's not much difference there, and this is the number 1 rush defense by DVOA, and it's really not close, and they could get Jeffrey Simmons back. And they also get their top cornerback, Christian Fulton. But the way to attack Tennessee is to throw the ball. So I think this is going to be tough sledding for Aaron Jones. I know they're going to try to run the ball. They're going to give him probably 15 carries. But look what they did to Denver last week. 25 carries, 65 yards, 2.6 yards a carry. Look what they did to Dameon Pierce, who has been running wild on everyone. That kid had 15 carries for 35 yards against this Titans rush defense. I do like Aaron Jones receiving yards because they got to get him involved, but I'm going to fade him coming off a massive game. You look at 2 of his last 5 games, he's gone bananas, 130 plus. The other 3 games, 23 rushing yards, 19 rushing yards, 25 rushing yards. So as great as he is, even if the O-line is completely healthy, which is not a certainty, we have seen him have these games where he does not get super involved in the rushing game.
Well, and Ballin in the chat says every time this show picks against the Titans, they cover. Ballin, we didn't pick against the Titans. Do you see Packers -3 anywhere? I don't see Packers -3 anywhere. Oh, and then Allison's so close to my heart. Proppy always says Green Bay is the biggest run funnel in the NFL. Is Allison the smartest fan that we have?
Yeah,
Everything she types is spot
and
on.
they're ranked 27th against the run. It's not good.
I feel like we need to bring Allison on the show just to give a take. I feel like we need to do that.
Allison, she might tell you that has been talked about.
Oh, are you doing some work behind the scenes, AB? Are you doing some work behind the scenes? All right. Well, here it is. Again, first of 4 shows today. We got picks all across the board. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of Jake the Snake on the 1s and the 2s. Packers team total over 22.5, -105. For those of you who are brand new, all we need is for the Packers to score at least 23 points tonight. We cash this ticket. Then Aaron Jones, let's go under 57.5 rushing yards, -113. You heard all the great Chick-fil-A nuggets from the Maestro on why this may not be the night for Aaron Jones. Then 2 plays from SportsLine itself. College football, only 1 game tonight. We'll go SMU Tulane over 65. Nice little cash last night. Northern Illinois would have been nice, but hey, a 2-1 night for me. I will take it. And then let's go to the NBA. Blazers have been perhaps the biggest surprise in the entire league. The Nets are at the end of a road trip, meaning no defense. They will still score. Combination, let's go over 220. And with that being said, with all the cappers in the chat, with all the cappers we have right here, you can see how the crew is growing. And I can say this with confidence. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Maestro, 5-tool player AB, Jake the Snake on the 1s and the 2s. Tell all your friends we want you right here. Turn on your notifications every single time we start a new show. Ding, you get notified. We want you here for everything live. If not, watch us on demand at the Early Edge. Good luck.